Peace be with you and welcome back to my channel for another video. I thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, and also hitting the notifications button so that whenever I upload new content, you will be alerted and updated. If my channel resonates with you, then I welcome you with peace and love. If not, then so shall it be. But nevertheless, peace be with you. So I always start my videos with a short intro into my channel and how it works. Okay. And if it resonates with you again, then you're more than welcome to stay. So I channel messages direct from Spirit. It is a gift that I've had all my life. And so now Spirit uses me to translate those very important messages to the divine collective and those people that are really out there doing the work on their birth path and just really needing confirmation. So collectively we get together so that we manifest those things quickly. With that being said, let's get into the message for today. So my messages come very clearly, top of the morning, when I ask God, what is it that you need me to say? What is it that you need me to do? After doing my meditation, I heard Spirit say very clearly, answer the call. Answer the divine call. What does that mean? Some of us are being called to do things on our path, and Spirit has been sending us signs and signals every which way. And we need to adhere to the call. We need to pay attention to the signs. We need to be a little bit more sensitive to symbolism, numbers, people that God sends on our paths to give us messages and guidance. So now that we are in a position where we can do those things, we need to have the courage that it takes to put ourselves in those positions, to be on a platform where whatever your calling is, it is time to answer the divine call. The divine is saying, I'm upgrading your gift for the very reason that you will need your gift to be upgraded as you walk along your path, right? So when we have a gift and then God decides to amplify it or add to it or give us more power, more favor, whatever that gift is, we are not to sit on that gift. That gift is for us to give away, right? So when we say, I am the gift, I give myself away, I surrender to my divine path. That is a very powerful work that needs to be done. Why? Because this is destiny. The Most High has ordained your path, guided your steps to be able to do your job. So with that, you have to have the tools, the know-how, the character, right? Everything that you've gone through that shaped and molded you to be prepared for this particular day at this moment in order to do the work. That is what the purpose is for having the gift, right? So overcoming the ego, overcoming fear, replacing that with courage, faith, and trust, and walking along your path. So if we're sitting within ourselves and we say, wow, what is it that I'm supposed to be doing? Or I'm sitting at this job and I'm not fulfilled, but I make a lot of money. Or I'm not doing anything, but I feel that God is calling and pulling me to do something. This is the best time, probably more than ever, to answer the divine call. Now, here's the dynamic end of it. The scripture that says the person that keeps their mind on God stays in perfect peace. That is a true vibration. That is a true vibration. I went to the store this morning to get things for dinner, and God will just send somebody on your path to intercede for you, right? And God did that for me today. A real earth angel. Earth angels are real people breathing and living that are here as real life earth angels. They exist. And depending on where you are on your path, oftentimes you might need a little encouragement. You might need a little intercession, divine intercession. And that person will come along real quickly and just intercede on your behalf, right? And so I went to the check stand and I was like, oh, let me go over here because I always, talk to this lady. She doesn't have a lot of people on her line. And I always talk to everybody. No matter where I go, I'm social. I talk to everybody. I do my best to smile at everybody. Why? Because it's free to be happy. And sometimes people just need a little love, right? So I give that. I thank God that God gives me enough to pour that out onto people. That my cup is full of love, peace, and joy, mercy, and kindness, that I have enough to sprinkle that throughout the day. That sometimes alone is the job for the day, if nothing else. So, with that being said, I don't want to get long winded on that, but I got into her line. God bless her. I'm a pray for her because she's a blessing. And I'm putting my things up there. I always like to buy myself flowers, fresh flowers all the time. I keep fresh flowers in my house. And she goes, every time you come here, you get those nice flowers. I'm like, oh, yeah, I got to have my flowers. And she said to me, she says, I noticed you got a divine Jesus candle. I said, yeah, there's a child that I have to pray for, and I went a little bit into the story a little bit, but I didn't go too deep into it. She said, oh my goodness. She said, keep doing the work. Don't stop. She said, we keep our eyes on the Lord. She says, we don't care what the devil is doing, what people that don't want us to do it are doing. She said, do not get distracted. I said, you know what? You just answered a prayer so quickly. The prayer started in the car before I got to the grocery store. It took me 5 minutes to get what I needed and get out, right? I like to go in, get out so I can get to my day, right? And shortly thereafter, here comes a divine using this beautiful human being to just send a blatant confirmation. It was so quiet and so sweet, but so illuminated and so amplified at the same time. If that makes any sense, I am eternally grateful for the path being open and cleared, and great confirmations when you're on your path. Answer the divine call, no matter what the circumstance, right? Do your best not to overthink the call. Well, how am I going to pay for this? I'm working for this. I've been at this job 10 years. What are you going to do when the call comes? That is the question. Everything else is obsolete because the moment you answer the call, I promise you, it might shake up some things and it's going to look a little tumultuous. It's going to look a little chaotic because the universe is now moving things out of the way. The moment I answered the call, I lost partnerships. I lost all kinds of stuff. I was like, Jesus Christ, what are you trying to do? Right? But the universe was like, we're about to give you this, this, and this, and this. Just hold on. Because now you're answering the call. Now you're going the right way. So everything that was attached to you not answering the call has to go. That could be people, places, things, cars, homes, jobs, marriages, whatever is attached to you moving in the wrong direction. Now is going away, right? There's a song that India.Arie sings where she says, I prayed. She says something, I don't know the exact words, but she says something like, I prayed for love, and the very next day he was gone, right? Powerful. Because you're praying, clear my roads, remove things that aren't good for me. God, I'm ready, God. I'm ready to move into my calling. I'm answering the divine call, and I'm going to do and be obedient and surrender to what it is that you want me to do, right? So then people start to disappear. And you like, wait a minute, what is going on? And then you get what appears to be distractions that aren't even real. I'm going to finish this message because my gardener is coming to trim my yard and I hear his blower. So I don't want it to be too loud on this video. I need to get this message out, right? So with that being said, oh, there he is. Peace be with them. Oh God. So that's how it goes, right? Don't get distracted. Little things will come throughout your day to try and distract you, but they're not real. They're just tests to see if you're built, ready, and made for what it is that you got coming, right? Will you starve your distraction? Will you bury your fear? Now, that could come in the form of a person, a place, or a thing. You can wake up and be just as happy, and then you'll run into people that aren't so happy. Oh, what does that mean? Are you going to be distracted, right? By somebody that might be opinionated about you? For me, it was my family. It was certain people in my family. The moment I started to embark on my path, I had one particular family member that would bring up stuff from 10, 11, 12 years ago. Oh, I remember that one time you lost your baby. I was like, ooh, this is crazy, because I'm thinking in my mind, I've healed from that. I got the lesson from it. And I'm not even the person I was then. So my response is completely different, right? Again, going back to the message from this morning, keep your eyes on God and I will give you perfect peace. You will have peace that will surpass all understanding, to where it will literally confuse your distractions, confuse your enemy, right? It will, because it's like, how is she so happy? What is she doing? Why did you give her a 5-bedroom home? How she get a brand new car? How's her bank account full? Because when you answer the divine call, you are now working for the divine. So you're on the payroll. The universe is your infinite supply. You are one of God's favorites. And it's important to say that to yourself daily. I'm one of God's favorites. It says in the word that God takes care of the birds, the fish, the animals. Why wouldn't he take care of you? Why? Answer the divine call. So trust in your gift. Start it now. Plant a seed. You know, in Islam, we used to call it a still away. You get a job, right? Your divine work, your divine job, while you working somewhere to make your money until you can steal away your freedom. Steal away. Transition into the gift. It don't mean you go into your gift with no plan. Well, some of us are able to do that. But some of us need to make a plan. So make a plan, because you have to foresee a 2-year, 5-year, 10-year, 15, 20-year plan. Some of us are going into the fourth quarter. We're not going to make it out of life alive. So whatever you're holding on to, I promise you, it has not as much value as you answering the divine call and your gift, right? So you keep you a still away. But in the night, you work on your gift. What are you, an artist, a singer, a dancer, an actor, a public speaker, right? Are you a writer? Do you want to model? Do you want to create? Do you want to do birthday parties? Are you destined to be a designer? What is it that are you destined to be an influencer? Whatever your gift is, whatever the divine has poured into you, of which you should already know. And if you don't know, you pray on that, you meditate on that, reveal it to me, God. And sometimes the universe has a great sense of humor, because the universe will come through God, a billboard. There could be a message there, right? Numbers on the clock, numerology through the universe, translating, and your angels trying to get in contact with you. Or it could be things that you overhear. You might pass by somebody and hear somebody talking, and the universe is answering you to tell you what it is you need to do. But the only way you can hear these things is if you're still. So the messages come in very unconventional ways. It's not always like, oh, hey, this is what you're supposed to do, right? Some things aren't so systematic. Some things you don't have to overanalyze, right? Which is where I messed up because of my intellect, and because I take in so much information. I overthought things to the point of exhaustion. And the universe is like, girl, if you don't just go, please, now, only to realize I've been doing my gift all this time. I just saw something on Facebook from 2009 that I posted. I was like, look at me. I was still thriving spiritually, still in my gifts, still helping, still doing things that I needed to do. And at that time, I thought I didn't know what I was doing. See, that's the thing. The gift is the thing that you do freely. It is the thing that you do without thinking. Courage to fulfill the position. Courage to answer the call. Courage. Because on your path, you have angels that are defending you, right? You got ancestors clearing the path for you. Nothing's really in your way. There are no roadblocks. So the idea, the saying, what God has for you, no man can take away, is a very real thing. You need only keep your eyes on God. That is it. That's all. Your finances, everything. Once you put yourself on divine payroll, God will take care of you. That is a fact. All you got to do is show up and be authentic. There's times that my work is right outside my door. I'll go to the trash can, right? Pull my trash in, see a neighbor. Oh, hey, good morning. I'm like, oh, hey. They start talking. I'm like, okay, God, what do you want me to do? They start pouring into me. They start telling me what's going on. I'm working. I'm clocked in for the divine. Just because I went outside my door, just because I went to Walmart, God will send you your divine assignments. He'll bring people to you that need prayer, right? That gift doesn't come with ego. Oh, I'm going to pray for you. No, you don't have to announce that. You know what you got to do. You know what you see. You just go do it. You and God knowing when the prayer comes to pass, you know that God is getting the glory, that God answered the prayer for that person. And so that is continued confirmation that you're doing the right thing. When you pray for somebody and you see their blessings come, whatever it is, health, money, job, whatever you're praying for that person, right? When you see that happen, when they say all thanks be to God, as they say in Islam, all praise is due to Allah, that is your way of always giving attention that there is a power that is so much greater than you, that you can't do this gift without the divine providence, without the all-knowing infinite God above all. I don't care what God somebody else is calling on, right? Because we got a whole bunch of gods. We got a whole bunch of demigods. We're smaller gods, right? I'm talking about the creator of all things in existence. What can go against that when that energy and that force is pushing you through your road and backing you? Not only that, in the spirit realm, loosing spirits, that are here to guide you, your spirit guides. They're assigned to you, angels that are assigned only to you to assist you on your path. The only thing you have to do is do the right thing. Now, if you're doing the wrong thing, that's a whole nother video. But this is about people that want to answer that divine call. That divine call will wake you up in the middle of the night at 3 a.m., between 3 and 5. Oh, I know. Sometimes the divine will wake you up to pray. That's your job at that time, right? So when the world gives you these titles, these platforms, oh, I have a master's and blah, 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 blah. You can't take none of that stuff with you. If that's your purpose and that helps you do what it is you're here to do, so shall it be. But I would not get caught up in what the world is calling and telling you to be. Because if you leave it to the world, we all supposed to be 5'7", long legs, whatever, curly hair. I don't know, right? What they quote unquote say we need to be, because I ain't never met they or them, right? So it's so important not to align our divine path with what the world is asking. When you disconnect from what we see as the matrix and you realize that you have everything right there in the palm of your hand to do your divine work, you will reside in the grace, the mercy, the well-being, the blessings, the abundance, the prosperity, the kindness, the love of the Most High. What else can compare to that? What else is worth compromising that pure, loving relationship? Nothing. Nobody. Not a friendship, not a business relationship, not a job, nothing. You are residing in the presence of the divine with all that you need, and everything that you need is being supplied for you, knowing that the roads are open for greatness. Walk, answer the call. So that's what I hear Spirit is saying. With that being said, I thank you on today. Congratulations. You won a new day. There are some people that did not make it to today. Peace be with their soul wherever they gravitated to. But if the divine woke you up, then you have a purpose and there's something for you to do. That is the focus. That is the focus. That's what you should be meditating, praying about. What do you need me to do? Before I go, I just so funny. The other day, I got two checks out of nowhere for like $2,000. I'm like, what? What is this? In the mailbox. I'm like, okay, God, I qualify for this. What is this? Oh, the stimulus. So did this. So did that. Listen, that was not on my prayer list, but I did know that my needs had been met. Right. So I wasn't looking for it, but I was like, oh, okay. All right. Thank you. I just opened the mailbox and was like, what is this? $1,100. And then the next day, another one came for like $750. I'm like, what is this? Wow. So little things like that. That's the divine's way of saying, I see you. You're on payroll. All your needs are met. I'll always take care of you because you are being obedient to the call. At the end of the day, what are you here to do? What are you here to do? Everything else is an illusion. So I'm being told in my spirit to move on. Again, I thank you for being here and for allowing me to hold a place of love and light for you. Peace be with you, because that is what God wants.